Hello all, Pit Bike Mike. So, you all get to experience with me attempting to mount this 140 17 Bridgestone Battle Axe S22 Hypersport onto the KLX. So hopefully it works. I am super nervous. I did attempt to put the tire in place before. And it was close, but we'll see what happens. So, yeah, let's figure it out and see what happens. Alright, well, I have it in place. I haven't have it tightened down, but it looks like we just have enough clearance. Look at that. It is spinning freely and it is not rubbing. Wow, it just barely fits. We have success. Oh man, it's such a great success too. Alright, well, let me finish getting this thing buttoned up. And then next thing I need to do is order the front tire for this so it matches the rear. And yeah, we're in business. Definitely, it was a process getting the back wheel back in place, you know, trying to like get everything put together. Definitely dropping that down, the chain guard, until you get the wheel in place is definitely a necessity. And then, you know, just getting that rear brake kind of in place. But yeah, so let me get it all buttoned up and we will see what we see.
Alrighty, y'all. So, here we are. Going to be doing our maiden voyage on this new 140 Bridgestone tire. So, you know, I have to make sure it's broken in, you know, obviously, before going too hard. And also, I also want to get the front tire switched out before I really do too much riding. But I at least want to, you know, ride it around a little bit, you know, kind of get a feel for it. You know, and I also did want to kind of drop some numbers. So, it looks like the 140 compared to the 120 is 1.1 inches taller. And, you know, it's about a little over 3/4 of an inch wider than the OEM tire, you know, the 120. So, you know, I'll probably put this up on the display too, so you can see it as I'm talking. So, interesting thing though, is because of the difference in the tire, it's kind of like me going to a different, you know, like sprocket size, because on the 120 size, at 75 mile an hour, you know, I'd be doing 75. But on the 140, you know, I would actually be doing 79. So, I am actually going to be, you know, gaining a top speed. So, it's almost like going to like a, what is it, like a smaller sprocket in the rear. Something like that. But, so, it's not going to be as peppy because of the bigger tire and all that. But, you know, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be quite interesting. But yeah, like I showed you in the video, you know, you got just enough space. You know, not, you know, I don't even know, like probably less than 1/8 of an inch, who knows. But either way, let's, you know, just kind of casually ride it around and see what we see. So, I guess, you know, while I'm getting ready to, you know, while I'm slowly warming up this tire, I actually did buy, it's not OEM, you know, or a Shoei brand, but off of Amazon, I did get a dark smoke visor for my Shoei helmet, which, you know, at like, you know, from Shoei or whatnot, or Cycle Gear, it's like $100 for a dark smoke. Whereas on Amazon, which I got this one, it was $25, and honestly, so far it seems really good. Has very clear, like looking from the inside of the visor, it is super clear, and it's nice and dark, which is great. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be pretty happy with my purchase on the visor. But first impressions, I will definitely say I can feel it not feeling as peppy, you know, like it definitely doesn't feel like it's as quick to, you know, wanting to like shoot forward. Like, it's very minor, but it's, you know, I rode this bike before I did the tire, and now I'm doing it after. I haven't ridden my Z900 in between, so, you know, I can definitely feel a difference, which, you know, feels good so far. With it being a taller tire, you can definitely like, I'm pretty sure I can feel the difference, you know, like where it feels like I'm actually like kind of more raked, you know, than I was before. But the good thing is, I am putting a 120/70 in the front, so I am going up bigger in the front also. Alright, so interesting thing though is the front tire is actually going to be more expensive than the rear, which is kind of weird, because you would think that the rear being a bigger tire would be more expensive, but it's definitely not the case. So like these Bridgestone S22s, the rear was like 150, and the front is like going to be like 165 roughly. So now if I would have stayed with the 110 in the front, it would have been like only $125, but you know, I was like, I kind of want to go to a bigger tire, you know, just to try to keep kind of like keep everything matched up. Like if I do, like, since I'm doing a bigger in the rear, do a bigger in the front, it might even everything out, you know, give the bike like similar riding characteristics. But let's see, another thing that I'm noticing is that it definitely, this is definitely a I'm trying to think of a way to put it, like where it leans in, it definitely does feel a little slower to lean in than it used to, which, like, it's not like it's a big deal, because, you know, like, it still is very good compared to like anything else. I'm actually kind of curious to see, maybe I'll take this on the highway and just to see, like, when I do like top speed, like if, like how far my speedometer is off, or, you know, or whatnot. It'll be interesting to see what happens. It'll be interesting. But all in all, it feels good so far. I'm definitely liking it. Once it's, you know, obviously I get the, what is it, like 150 miles into where it's fully broken in, the tire and all that, and I get that front tire put on, which I already have it on order, so hopefully it'll be here and then get mounted up real soon. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm like, it's kind of funny because I'm like, now that I know that this actually fits, I'm like, maybe I sort of did like a more aggressive tire. Like you know, the Bridgestone S22s seem to be pretty good from when I had it on my GSXS 750. I don't know, I was kind of like, man, you know, if I knew, maybe I would have gone for like, you know, like a Pirelli or, you know, something like super hardcore, but it would have been a lot more expensive. So I guess, you know, let me start off with this, see how things go, and then, you know. So as you can see, it still hit the limiter at the 75 on here. So I'd probably have to like do like a GPS to see, like, and to double, like, just to, you know, just to see what it actually does according to GPS. But there isn't a change in the speedometer, which I guess it depends on where the speed pickup is because, like, if it's on like the transmission, obviously it's not going to detect, you know how it is. But so out here on the highway, I can definitely tell it is a little bit more sluggish to get up to the top speed. Is it a noticeable difference? Yes. Is it terrible? No. Like, obviously it can still get up, get up to the speed and top out without any issues. So, it just might take like an extra little bit of time. But in all, I gotta say I'm extremely happy with my purchase. And yeah, and by the way, look at that, 2,300 miles on the KLX. And this bike has been a lot of fun in those little miles. I am definitely looking forward to keeping this thing for, for a lot longer of a time. Well, I guess I don't really got much else to say at this point, so let me just end off the video here. Pit Bike out, and hope you all like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.